The biggest drama in chess history was between Magnus Carlsen and Hans Niemann. So Hans Niemann is a 2600 random grandmaster who defeated the 5-time world champion Magnus Carlsen in a classical game. That led to Magnus accusing him of cheating, and that opened a whole chapter of drama in chess. And in this video, we're gonna cover that drama with some videos to explain to you guys what happened.
Ace for sign. Wow. What can I say? What's that result? Phenomenal, right?
You start out with a masterpiece. How would you summarize it?
Chess speaks for itself.
Is it something special doing this against Magnus Sons? Something special doing this against Magnus?
That's Hikaru reacting to it. That's
H4
XQC.
and G4.
So what happened is before the classical game, they were paired in another game, and Hans defeated Magnus and didn't even say anything to the press. He said this chess speaks for itself.
That out because it doesn't. Yeah, and there we have it. Handshake.
And here is the classical game where Hans defeated Magnus.
There we have it. Wow, what a result! The next day.
So the next day, this is what happened. Magnus tweeted this: "I've withdrawn from the tournament. I've always enjoyed playing for the St. Louis Chess Club and hope to be back in the future." And he also added a video of Jose Mourinho, if you know him, if his football manager. He was saying, "If I speak, I'm in big trouble. I rather not speak." So
Breaking news, a tweet from the world chess champion Magnus Carlsen that he has withdrawn.
Wait, what's going on? Oh my gosh, we have a tweet.
Let
I've withdrawn from the
them-
tournament. I've always enjoyed playing with St. Louis Chess Club and hope to be back in the future.
He changed his Instagram profile to say beating someone once isn't revenge. Basically, it seems like Magnus Carlsen thinks something's not quite right with Hans Niemann.
So in the beginning, they did not know what happened, why he withdrew from the tournament, and then they discovered that he was accusing Hans Niemann of cheating, which is actually not very crazy accusation because Hans Niemann is 2680, I think, and Magnus Carlsen is 2850 at that time, I think. So the difference in play and in elo is big, which make it very, very not probable that Hans could beat Magnus, especially in a classical game where each player has, I think, 2 hours.
I think he's just so demoralized because he's losing to such an idiot like me. You know? It's just it must be embarrassing for the world champion to lose to me.
It must be embarrassing for the world champion to lose to an idiot like me.
I don't even need to show variations. You just look at the position. Yeah? Like, okay, let's see.
Wait, did he just literally say I don't need to show variations?
But just
It would definitely be concerning if Hans was like a serial online cheater. He claimed that this only happened in very localized incidents.
Magnus Carlsen.
So Hans is feeling it. He's feeling that people are accusing him of being a cheater. I think even Hikaru accused him of that. But if they're accusing you of that and you're not a cheater, you should start showing variations after the games and explaining why you played such moves, which is fair, I think. But after these years, it's been almost 2 years that this incident happened, and I think now that Hans didn't cheat simply because he played other games and he gained some elo and he won an open tournament very recently. So I don't think he's a cheater. I only think he cheated in some online games, but he did not cheat over the board. And he said it himself. He said he cheated when he was younger on some online games.
Carlsen had not lost a classical game of chess in 53 games.
He's never played the G3 Nimzo ever. Wait.
So Hikaru also is very skeptical, and he was one of the first people to attack Hans.
Second. I mean, he's never played G3, and Hans is claiming that he prepped it up to move 20 before.
There was even a campaign
Yeah.
that offered him $1 million to play chess naked to prove he didn't cheat.
The chess community was more willing to believe the Earth was flat than believe Magnus Carlsen lost with the white pieces.
Also, Hans Niemann already arrived.
I don't think he cheated in a single cup, but everything else is still.
Sorry, Alejandro, I just have to interrupt you. Magnus has logged off. What has happened?
Magnus has resigned.
What?
Okay, so Magnus resigned from the game. So after that classical game, Magnus, as you can see, and Hans here were paired in another online game. And here Magnus just decided not to play the game and resigned on move 2. So he's still accusing him of cheating and he does not want to play against him.
There's no way Carlsen resigned.
Magnus resigns?
Did he resign?
Magnus resigns! Magnus lost!
Carlsen's not giving any interviews during the tournament. That's unprecedented.
I think it's fair to be suspicious of somebody who literally self-admittedly cheated online and is now crushing people over the board.
I agree. I think it's fair to accuse, but you have to bring some proof. I personally don't think Hans cheated in that game. I'm not an expert in chess, but I don't think he would do it. Like it's an important tournament against the world champion, and he's already a very good player. Like he's a GM. He cannot have reached that with cheating. Like he knows the game. I only think he played a very good game, and maybe Magnus underestimated him.
Know something we don't, and that needs to come to light, or it's incredibly disrespectful.
I'm actually very, very worried about the future of chess going forward.
This is really, really bad. Really bad.
Okay, now Hans did actually appear on an interview with the one and only Piers Morgan to explain what happened and to give his point of view. I think it's fair to hear him too. We have to hear his point of view, but he brought his lawyer with him. Okay.
Well, I'm joined now by Hans Niemann and by his lawyer, Terence Ogive. So, first question, Hans, for you. Why have you got your lawyer with you?
Well, considering the recent case and settlement, some legal questions, my lawyer might be able to better answer. And to be honest, Terry and his team has been, frankly, great in helping me resolve this case.
Okay, so look, you are a chess prodigy, no question. You're a grandmaster, which you got that title when you were 17. You rank the 4th best junior chess player in the world, so you're a brilliant chess player. The question mark that got put over your head came after you beat Norway's world champion, Magnus Carlsen. This is back in Missouri in September 2022, so a year ago. And you beat him, ending a 53-game unbeaten streak. And as a result, you're accused of being a cheat, and you're accused of cheating in a particularly fascinating manner, which is the allegation was that your coach had basically instructed you to insert anal beads inside your...
I don't think that was an accusation. I think that was only a meme. People were like having fun, but they didn't say he had anal beads. I don't think that's the legal accusation. Magnus is accusing Hans, I think, in the court or something. But I don't think that Magnus will claim that that's the way Hans cheated. It's only a meme.
Which he would then send remote signals to. First of all, when that story broke, those allegations, what was your reaction?
Well, obviously, it was very disheartening to be accused of cheating after that victory. But these things, it happened, and I learned a lot from that time, and it really has taught me a lot of very, very important lessons about life and chess, and I think it's only strengthened my resolve, and it's only motivated me, further, and it's shown me that, with the help of people like Terry, in life, it's really important to have people who help you, and that's why, because of this, I've started a scholarship where I'm giving away $10,000 to talented chess players throughout the world. So,
okay, so now he's doing charity. Okay, and he's saying he's doing charity. Okay, I don't have problem with people doing charity. That's a great thing, but using it to make a better image of yourself. Especially if you're having a case and if you're accused of cheating, you should not be saying, I'm giving away money.
Things happen to you in life, you have to learn from them, and you have to, move forward, and you can't live in the past.
Okay, but just to be clear, you didn't cheat.
Of course not.
So what have you had to learn if you didn't cheat?
Well, I think the learning experience was more so the media attacking me and all the chess world crashing down on me. I think dealing with that was a learning experience. Dealing with all that pressure and competing under all that pressure.
But again, to be clear, on the
Oh, I have
specific
to
allegation,
plug the
have you ever
charge.
used anal beads while playing chess?
Why is he repeating that? It's a meme. It's not an
Not a question I
accusation.
ever
It's
thought
not
I'd ask you again,
serious.
to be honest.
Well, your curiosity is a bit concerning. Maybe you're personally interested, but I can tell you no.
Okay, categoric no.
Of course, yes. Categorically no.
No, I obviously I didn't make the allegations. I'm just repeating what was put to you at the time. As a result of the furore that developed, you were investigated by chess.com. They banned you while they did this, and they published a report saying that you had likely cheated more than 100 times in online games. You then
That's true.
admitted you had cheated, I think, twice. You said. In online games on chess.com when you were 12 and 16, but denied ever doing so in an in-person game. Is that an accurate assessment of what went down?
That's correct.
So I guess the obvious question from that...
So he did cheat. So he did cheat when he was 12 and 16, but he's still young. And it's not over the board chess, because cheating over the board is so much harder. And the second thing is, it's much more unethical, I feel. Like your opponent is just in front of you, and the pieces are here in front of you, and you're supposed to play a decent game, and everybody is playing a decent, serious game, but you're cheating. That's very unethical. In online games, your opponent will still have like 1% at least feeling that you might cheat. But over the board, it's much more serious. And the most serious events in chess, like the candidates, the World Chess Championship, are played over the board.
Is, given you've admitted to cheating, is it completely outrageous that people thought you may have continued cheating?
Well, let me just clarify that the chess.com report where they, accused me of cheating over 100 games is completely defamatory. And, as outlined in my lawsuit, the person who actually wrote that report, Danny Wrench, told me himself that they knew that I had never cheated while streaming. And the most serious accusations in that report happened while I was streaming live on Twitch. And the only reason that they banned me, was because they were finalizing, a merger with the Play Magnus group, and their new, star ambassador was making a mockery of himself, and they needed to back up his accusations and discredit me. So, chess.com's report accusing me of 100 games of cheating is frankly ridiculous, and the timing that they decided to ban me, only during this merger and only after this accusation, it's absolutely ridiculous, and that report should not be taken seriously whatsoever.
It also appears it's important to note that it was a 51-page hit piece.
Right.
And at the end of those 51 pages, there was no evidence whatsoever that he cheated online. That was the accusation. That was what they had banned him from. That was what.
But he admitted that he cheated online. Whether it's 100 games or 20 games, he did it when he was a kid. So formality of how many games is not that important. You are a cheater online. Did you do it over the board? That's another issue. But I think the number of games is not that important.
Magnus had stated there was not a scintilla of evidence to support any of that, and there still isn't.
I understand, but just to be clear, again, Hans, when you did cheat, the ones you've admitted to, what were the circumstances of the cheating?
Well, I was 12 years old, I was very young. It was not, it was, in a tournament, but it was a childish mistake and something I've admit to. And I don't think that something you do when you're 12 and something, with, a couple $100 on the line should have any,
no, but how did you cheat?
Well, you use a chess engine to give you the moves.
Well, a computer or something?
It was like an iPad.
Someone was giving you moves from an iPad?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was a very childish thing. I didn't even understand the seriousness of what was happening.
But then you were 16 and did it again. Was it the same thing again when you were 16?
Well, when I was 16, this was not a prize money event. These were random, meaningless games. It's like, going
how
to
did
play,
you cheat the
Call of
second
Duty,
time?
and it was the similar manner.
See, so the first one you can put down to being a 12-year-old kid. All right, make
Yeah,
a
that's
mistake,
true.
you learn your lesson,
You did it when you were 12.
move on. But to do it again 4 years later when you're 16, only like 4 years ago, why did you do it again?
Well, it was I saw those games as meaningless, and they were meaningless. There was no money or anything attached to them, and again, it was a childish mistake. I was living on my own when I was 16. I was financially independent, and I felt a lot of pressure. I just simply wanted to get a higher rating on the website. But I want to make a differentiation, Piers. When you talk about online chess and in-person chess, this is a very, very different thing, and you need to understand the difference between that. These online games, these are absolutely meaningless. And some of the people who are accusing me, in these casual online games, some people are streaming. It's not. You need to really
Well, I guess,
understand.
here's the problem I have with it,
difference in the
Hans.
severity.
I don't like people that cheat in any form of competition or sport because to me, it just kills the integrity and purity of it. And I guess you would agree with that, right?
No, of course.
Okay, so yeah, no need to keep watching this. He did cheat when he was young. We don't know if he cheated later on. Yeah, so now we have a video where he responds to Magnus. Let's see what he's gonna say. After he accused him of cheating and after the case. Let's see.
I'm pleased that my lawsuit against Magnus Carlsen and Chess.com has been resolved in a mutually acceptable manner.
Okay.
And then I'm returning to Chess.com.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to competing against Magnus in chess rather than in court, and I'm grateful for my attorneys at Ovid & Ovid for believing in me and helping me resolve the case.
Okay. So did
I'd
he
like to
win the
reaffirm
case?
my opinion that the Chess.com report was defamatory, and I challenge their allegations. I'd also like to reaffirm the fact that no matter the obstacles that I will face, no matter how much you try to blacklist me, no matter what you do to try and ruin my career or slander my reputation, that these difficult times have only strengthened my resolve and character, and have only invigorated me even more
Okay.
to reach the top of chess. There will be a day when I will be the best chess player in the world.
Wow,
I think
okay.
it's time
That's bold.
to let my chess speak for itself.
That's it, basically, guys. Now we don't know if he cheated or not. I personally don't think he cheated on that game. And he won the law case against Magnus. Magnus, I think, was fined $10,000 or something like that, which is nothing for him. I think he's a millionaire or maybe a billionaire, I don't know. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Hit that subscribe button, the like button, and I will see you guys soon with more chess. Ciao.